And there we go. I think, yep. All right, I am live now. Awesome. Hello, welcome to Happy Scrappy Hour. It is I am still in love with Main Character Energy by Chamel, and so we're going to use that collection again this weekend, and we're going to mix it today with Box of Crayons, which I was planning on mixing it with a different collection, and then looking at the photo, I got major Box of Crayon vibes from it. Um, Real quick, these are the two layouts I did. This one I did 2 weeks ago for Happy Scrappy Hour, so you can catch that one if you didn't get to see it. But this is using all Main Character Energy. This is the first layout I did with that collection, and I absolutely love it. Still need to do the journaling. I'm probably going to say that every time we look at them. And then this was last week's where I mixed Main Character Energy with Sparkle City, and those two went together really, really well, I felt. Um, I loved the combinations of the purples in there. And one thing I ended up adding at the very end, if you cut off slightly late, I went and I realized I hadn't I cut that out from the week prior and never used it. So I went ahead and added it in up there. And this week, I am going to scrapbook this photo of my godson Jimmy. My sister sent this to me yesterday. Hello and welcome. I see my mom is here. My sister Karen is here. Got Liz. I've got Pam. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you'll notice, there is no annoying glare on the photo. I actually found some heavier weight matte photo paper. It's not quite as heavy as my glossy paper, but it's still where it doesn't like flop over. So I decided I was going to try that out, especially for lives, because the glare annoys me, and I think it turned out pretty well. So I have, and if you look at his little floor thing, you probably see why I got some Box of Crayon vibes from it, like the orange in there. I was like, ooh, definitely. I was going to mix this because it was Jimmy. I was going to mix it with Little by Little, but then I was like, no, I the bright colors. I need Box of Crayons or Field Trip, and I decided Box of Crayons would be better. So I have pulled this navy and kind of dark or tealy color from the paper pad. I've gone ahead and already cut off the perforated edge, and I've been doing pretty good at using the paper pad. I tend to buy the paper pads and then forget I have them. Hey, Kimmy's here. Uh, Sparkle City, Karen, is the name of the title, not Sparkle Motion, but I like that that's the name that you picked. Uh, I just lost my train of thought there. I don't know what I was saying now. So, common for me there. I went ahead and pulled out some, this is from Main Character Energy, but I thought it went well with what else I've pulled out. I've pulled out some of the small bits that I have from Main Character Energy, including, I thought this things are looking up would be so cute since he's holding his head up and smiling at himself. Is that not just like the absolute perfect photo? Like, wow, that I meant to ask her, I was like, is this something you just snapped on happenstance, or did you work on positioning yourself just the right way? um, but I thought things are looking up would be perfect to put in there. And so I've got some of the cut apart sheets, and I went ahead and pulled out two of the 12 by 12s. Now, Liz said right before I hit the go live button, said that she never managed to buy much of Box of Crayons at the time. So she only has 2 sheets of it. Liz, this is how much Box of Crayons I have. Like, I don't have that much either. And in fact, the only embellishments that, like the small packs, I have the thickers and the cardstock stickers, but of the other embellishments, this is all I have. I don't have that much either. And I don't know why. I take that back. I do have one big pack of Box of Crayons. I'll show it to you real quick because y'all will probably laugh at me and go, yep, that's a scrapbooker. I have, from the days of Tuesday morning, I bought this, which has the chameleons on the back, in a 25 pack. It was $3 for a 25 pack. And I went, I don't care about that. I don't need this. I just like cutting this down to use it for journaling. It's the whole reason I bought the whole pack of that. So I do have a slightly more of Box of Crayons, but not that much. So this was the first one that I pulled in because of the photo. I wanted to include something more along in the red family, and I went with this one. It has the cream in it because the uh, what do we call this thing? Floor gem? Is that what they call them? Uh, Looks a little bit cream based. And then I wanted something that incorporated a lot of other colors, so I went and pulled this one out. So I'm a little iffy on this one, but it has a ton of the colors. Like it's got that teal, it's got the orange, it's got, we've got some darker blues, it's got some of the reds, it's got some of the yellow in there, and it really works color wise. And then with the pink, that will help pull in some of the pink from the main character energy embellishments. And then I also went and was putting away last week's stuff, and I pulled this out and I was like, oh, color wise, this works really well color wise. With that, you've got, they're not always, the yellows are not perfect matches, but you've got those colors that do match particularly well. So, hi Sophia. I do not remember when they went away. It's been in the past, I think, year, I guess. But yeah, they're completely gone. They closed our store probably in Mooresville 2 years ago, and then um closed all of them sometime in the past year. All right, let me put my other layouts away so they're not sitting on my trimmer. I'm not going to show you the sketch I'm doing because it's from a class from Chamel that I bought called Design Decisions. And if you are a scrapbooking class type of person and haven't taken that one, highly recommend it. I took that class. It's probably the class I got the most layouts out of. I think I did 35 out of that class, and just probably should have cut that a little bit bigger. I'm gonna be layering in more paper, so it won't matter. Uh, oh, and I do have the 6x6 pads. I love 6x6 pads. But I got a ton and a half of layouts out of that class, and I actually printed all of the sketches and stapled them together and keep them all together. Do they make this in the tiny? Ooh, they do make it in the tiny one. So I could use it, but on the smaller scale. So here's a question for you guys. Do I want to use the large scale circles or the small scale circles for this layout? And I think I know what I'm going to do with this. This I'm going to use to extend up. I'm going to cut a 2.5-inch strip of it. Actually, I'm going to cut 3 inch so that way I can tuck a little easier. And then I'm going to cut 1 inch off the end. All right, there we go. Karen, I agree with you. It does I look at this and I think fractions as well. She does this a lot with her collections where she's got the circles and they're divided up, and sometimes they're divided up not quite in half, if I remember correctly. Oh, okay. So Karen says use the smaller scale, but Sophia brings up a good reason to use the large scale ones because since I'm using the starbursts, the small scale circles are about the same size as these starbursts. And so that would give us some difference in size. So, well, it doesn't bother me, but I like your reasoning behind it. And you know what? So this is the B side, or yeah, I guess does this look like a B side to anybody? I'm just curious. um, yeah. I'm gonna cut this down. I'm going to do another 3-inch section. All right, so sketch I have doesn't have the piece here that I'm using, but we're gonna kind of do something like this, and then we're gonna create a vertical element, I think, like that. I want to cut this down though. So let's cut that down to 8 inches. There we go. That'll give us some very busy and bright pattern, but I think it works with this cutie patootie and the fact that he is on the floor. Now, last week I did not ink my papers, but because I've got a lot of different pattern going on, I think inking my papers is going to be more important. I don't think I inked my papers last week. No, I didn't. I'm looking at them stuck in the little paper slip I have. Now that I've inked that, I kind of go, should I ink in navy? But I think I'll just stick with this one. So is everybody having a good weekend so far? I know Karen made it back to England, so she's left the States. But I'm glad you made it back. I was glad I woke up and saw that you got your the flight that was canceled got rescheduled. I'm like, what words? I can't word today. I am so tired, y'all. I went back to school this week. Kids haven't shown up yet. Their first official day is Monday, but I will see them. They will come in on Monday. So they come back Wednesday, and then they now I kind of want to do this. I like that better. I like that a lot better. And I think I need to mat that in something. Oh, let's find some main character energy to mat that in. I know I'm not going to mat it in this, but that would be cute. I need something that's more solid. The only purple I have, I don't know. I think the purple would work. I just need to trim a little bit off the side of this photo, which I can easily do. And then I need a 4¼ inch strip of this. There we go. So I'll meet the kids on Monday for open house. And then we have Tuesday off because I teach at a Catholic school and Tuesday is a holy day. So we have that day off of school and that, oh, hold on. This was from paper pad, I just realized, and I have a small perforated edge. And y'all, look what I just did. This is why you don't leave paper on your paper cutter. I just cut the corner off that. I can hear you in my head, Karen, going dirt to dirt. So, and then Wednesday's our first full day with kiddos, and the whole year begins all over again. And I cannot believe summer is already gone. It went by super fast this year. Part of the reason it went by super fast for me is that our summer was a week shorter this year. We're starting a week early. Yay. So Sophia, when I'm no longer at the Monday lives with Shamel, you now know why. I'm going to be torturing myself back at school. I might be able to catch some of Mondays though, because the kids don't show up quite that early. All your summer in June. So it feels like once 4th of July hits, which I know is not a thing for you guys over there, but once we hit 4th of July, did I ink this side? I don't think I inked this side. It's like all of a sudden, bam, back to school. And Target needs to stop putting out back to school supplies in June. I'm like, I know there are schools that start in July. They are not in North Carolina. And since they're not in North Carolina and not in this area, then, okay, thank you. Can you leave me alone there? Since they're not in North Carolina and not in this area, then they need to not be putting school stuff out in July, because that's just wrong. Is it weird that this feels upside down when it's a bunch of random circles off a sheet, that this is technically sideways? Okay. All right. And then this is going to go up on some foam because I'm feeling foam this morning. I need some dimension. I don't know what I did to it, Karen. Wait, you had to put duvets back on the beds because it's so cold? Sophia, you're in England, aren't you? Like, am I remembering that properly? Because with me, who knows? I may or may not be remembering that properly. All right. Stab my scissors back on there. Oh, this is the other thing. I saw this on my desk too and went, "Oh, look at that." I almost wonder if that should be my title, but I'm gonna have a lot of other words in there, so I don't know. We'll see. You know me. I'm kind of an all over the place. All right, let's start fussy cutting. Blah. Oh, wow. Okay, so you're in London. So, all right. So what is the temperature been over there in July? We've been very warm over here. Not horribly so, but it's been in the 90s, upper 90s, which I don't know what that is in Celsius. Quick, someone do some conversions for me. So, Steve is Karen's husband, for those of you who are looking at her comment going, "What?" Steve said when they got off the plane, "Oh, good, it's cold and people are driving real cars on the correct side of the road." So, Steve and Karen rented a car and drove while they were here in the States, which is brave because I don't know if I could go to England and rent a car and drive, not just drive on the wrong side of the road, but drive on the wrong side of the car. Like that makes my brain feel weird. Okay, 6x6 pad. When I was flipping through here before we started, I saw this page, which I will be honest, I look at and I kind of cringe a little bit because the only way to use this page is to fussy cut things. But I saw this little hello and I was like, I'll fussy cut for Jimmy. Very wet. Oh, and August got chilly, but it was a little less wet. Mid to upper 30s in Celsius. Yeah. Oh, there's a pair of glasses there. I didn't even see it. All right. This is why I find fussy cutting hard on a live, is because when I fussy cut things like this, I tend to hold my breath. And if you're holding your breath, you can't talk. And it's really, they tell you as a creator on YouTube, especially if you're doing lives, you need to talk to your audience. And it's really hard to talk when you're not breathing. I'm gonna have to fix that side a little bit because it's a little Wappy John. Okay, here we go. That. Clean that up a little bit. All right. Pull this off of Jimmy. I just thought that was so cute. And then I like the yep, yes, uh-huh, because it looks like he's talking to himself. Or he's just told a really great joke. And the navies in here are not completely the same, but I'm okay with that because the main character energy is a little cooler, and then this is a bit warmer. And then I also wanted to do the little circular yay. That's another reason I ink things. So even though they're not quite exactly the same, like with the yellows as well, you don't have the two slightly close enough, but not really colors right on top of each other. They've got a little bit of the gray or black inked edge, or whatever color you choose to ink in. Now I kind of want to put that up on foam and put that like that. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Heat wave and raging wildfires in the Mediterranean. We had a cold system coming down from the Arctic. Yeah, see, we have cold systems that come down from the Arctic, but I'm too far south to really worry about them unless it's February. We're constantly looking to the west of us going, what is going on in Texas? Because that's what's getting here next. One, two. Did I do this one? Yeah, I did this one. I think I did this one. If not, I'm doing it again. Um, Automatics. I can't do automatic. I have never driven an automatic and I never intend to drive an automatic. Okay, I could put hello down here too. So if I layer that like this, the hello fits right into that little corner with looking up, and I kind of like that. So I think it's time to start gluing things down before I start making too many decisions and then forgetting what said decisions are, because that's never happened before. Do I ever ink in pink? Sometimes. And there goes Karen quoting Dr. Seuss. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, right, Karen? That was her favorite Dr. Seuss book as a kid. I'm gonna let the little bit of the red frame go underneath. Let's use some of my It Fell Off foam tape. Karen wants to do audio commentary for me while I fussy cut. Karen, I love you, but I'm going to go with a big fat no on that one. Who knows what you would say? That feels crooked. It also feels not quite as far in as I want. There we go. That's what I want. Press that down real well because it's the cheaper stuff and it doesn't always stick as well. There we go. All right, title time. I was thinking about using wake up and then getting some small letter stickers that said wake up, be awesome. Let's see what I have. Do these have ampersands in it? Yes, they do. Wake up and be awesome. I'll get yellow, blue. Ooh, I've kind of got that tealy color. This would not work with the amount of box of crayons I have in there. Not light blue either. What do we think? The teal or the yellow? The title is kind of going to go right up in here. I'm going to put wake up, be awesome. I might end up putting some paper underneath that to do another little layer. So the navy will show up on the navy, basically. Could do something like that in there, or where is, I need to incorporate some more main character energy. I don't have enough main character energy in here. Here's my stuff. I've got my fan blowing paper around. All right, not you, obviously, but thank you, Sophia. Yes. No, Karen, I'm not wrong. I know I've only driven automatics, and I've only driven automatics because I know I would really screw up driving a a brain manual. Put it to a vote. Yeah, I'm not gonna start a poll for that, Karen. Just so you know. I could do the little snowy things, but I wanna do something that incorporates some teal or something in there. Ooh, this would work. This would work well. That matches. Now, this is one that has 2 of everything in it. Da-da, there it is. Wait, what else do I have up here? Oh, rainbows. Rainbows are awesome, but that is not for title background paper. All right, so let's cut 3 inches. Doing everything in 3 inches, it feels like. So I can always trim that down. All right. Can we start a campaign, do you think, Sophia? Something that says, Sophia, you're supposed to be on my side. Can we start a campaign for American Crafts to um, do more Fitzgerald colors? What do we think? Do we like that? So to me, this reads magenta when it's with main character energy, but over here it is like almost the exact same color, and that just totally says pink, does not say magenta to me at all, which is kind of funny. Or do I want it on top of the starburst or underneath? That's my question. That is a good question. On top of or underneath? I'm kind of leaning underneath. I kind of like that. While I wait and think about it, let's see if I can peel this wake without taking a week and a half. We need to start an email campaign, and we need to get people. We could even like write a form letter, like just copy and paste this if you don't know what to say. Because I don't think they quite get the fact that tall and skinny and like that, like those Fitzgerald. So if you don't know what Sophia and I are talking about, uh, they renamed them for this collection, but these are the Fitzgeralds, and they're tall and skinny letters, which scrapbookers want. We want this kind of thing big time because we like long titles, and you can't do long titles when some of the letters are like this wide. And if they would just come up with like a normal, like these in gold, but they used to make them in silver because silver is when they came out with True Stories. But I mean, gold and silver is great, but do gold, silver, white, black, red, blue, aqua. They have aqua ones too. Those came out with Glitter Girl, I think. Purple, pinks, yellow. Oh gosh, I'm like, could you imagine Fitzgerald in yellow? Oh, like angels singing yet again. I was like, did I glue that down? No, no, I didn't. I just peeled it up. It's not a layout by me unless I filled things up already. But yeah, and we like consistency. We like knowing that hey, this is going to be there a while. Now here's the problem. Here's the problem I have is I've got this P that wants to. I could tuck the P underneath it. I could do that, couldn't I? I'm not going to stick it down quite yet until I get. Did we decide on a color for these? I'm leaning this way. Yes! Glitter and not glitter, just do them in plain foam because I have the journal. Because Shamel was talking about it on one of her lives, um, about they didn't have her do it with one collection because Amy Tan had just coming out, and hers were called her line of Tall Skinny or Journal, and I know they did it in white and black. I don't know if they did it in any other colors from after that, but they would make a fortune. Like, the number of Doodlebug is another good example. I've got so many Doodlebug alphabets that I have just bought and bought and bought over and over again because they're basic colors and they will go with everything. And I can use them with any collection. As much as I love purple, purple is a hard color to match in the scrapbooking industry. I don't have a wide variety of collections I'm going to be able to use these in, which means I'm not going to use them up a lot, which means I'm not going to need to buy more. And then you get scrapbookers who, like me, when you're like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get these anymore after this collection is retired, and I'm going to be hoarding them and not using them." Whereas if I knew I could get them all the time, I would be using them, left, right, and upside down. And all right, here's where I'm gonna need to overlap the gap in the O and the S and the O. So I want to place that with thought. I would use them all the time. I would use them up, which means I need to buy them more. Oh, yes. Thank you. Exactly. We need Sophia, at least you and I need to start writing American crafts. And I think that something like some companies like Doodlebug and Bella Boulevard do really well and some people like it and some people don't. I happen to really like it, is that within their collections as a company, they're very consistent with their colors. And so I don't mind buying stuff because I know with all I mean, they're Doodlebug's flat letter stickers. If I took everything, it would probably be a good inch thick of um, Jimmy deserves an exclamation point. Wake up and be awesome. And those are purposely crooked, just for anybody out there that's about to go, those are a little like not straight, right? Yes, I do. I don't it doesn't matter to me if I see a color I like or a design I like, I go ahead and I buy it because it's going to match something of theirs down the road. I don't have to worry about going, "Oh, well, this is like with the purple Fitzgeralds." Um, it's you're unsure. All right, now how do I want to do this? And I could move this down here because I want to put the K here. Let's put up right there for a moment. There we go. And we're going to scoot that M slightly closer to the E. Hold on, I'm going to get my spacing right. And we're going to squeeze that. There we go. Wake up and be awesome. I like that. All right. Whew. Is it more of an A now, Sophia? Did I adjust it enough for you? Because it was kind of bothering me too. Trust me, as someone that teaches cursive, I think I'm okay with it being that. How is it supposed to? Yeah, that's about how they have it. It's like slightly closed, more closed than it was on the sheet. But when and now that I'm talking, I'm like, no, I don't. I want it even more closed. Like that's exactly what I tell my students. Make sure your A's look like A's and not like U's. There we go. I like that better. But when they do F and they go backwards with it, it drives me insane. Like I can't use this. So what I was saying with the Doodlebug and Bella Boulevard, like, I know it's gonna match with their other collections, so I have 0 problem with buying it, and for someone and for scrapbookers, we are always like that, and we have 0 problem buying things and holding on to them. Like, it's not an issue for us. We do that regularly. So come out with a consistent line. Doesn't have to be attached to a collection. I wish they would realize that. Oh, I wish they would realize that. Let's see here. And then I can put it on the back of the G. Yeah, it's nice to know I'm not the only one though that thinks of that kind of stuff. And sometimes, you look at handwriting of and I never have this problem with Chamel stuff, but, some collections come out with handwritten things, and I'm like, "Do they know that it looks like" and then, fill in the blank. And there are things where I don't buy parts of a collection because their stuff looks just so off the wall. Oh man, I was gonna put photo corners on Sweet Little Jimmy. I guess I won't though. What else? Let's see what I do have in here. So I have the photo corners. I've got a few adhesive shapes left, and I have some puffy stickers. Nope. And let's see what die cuts I have left. I've got the star, okay, a pair of scissors, and a heart, which I don't feel like incorporating the matte gold glitter in here. I've already got a hello. I could include the little chameleon. That was journaling. I could include the cat with glasses. That's from a cut apart. Ideas, create. When it rains, it pours. Not really. Very offset create. Like the registration did not line up with the die that time. I could actually include crayons in here. That would work. Maybe that. We will see. All right, I do want to incorporate some of those puffies. And I might use up the rest of my enamel shapes for here. So here are things I want to include. Let's put these back in my box of crayons bag. And then over here I have I've got the sticker sheet for both collections. I want to include words, but I could include love this. Here works as well. I want to include like the some of the word stickers, but I've already got these words in frames cut out plus that. So I'm a little hesitant to do that. Okay, that cat head is a smaller scale, so that might work. So could I include a chameleon with no white outline, a cat with the white outline, and then a dog with no outline, but it's a sticker, so it's glossy. Like, we'll just mix everything up. And I think we will go ahead and include this camera as well because it's the tealy aqua color. What do we call this color? Right here. Because to me, it's not teal, it's too light, but it's also too dark to be aqua. Oh, don't say the lag is strong. I don't want to hear that. No. Lag can be bad sometimes. And I don't know why. Maybe we just need to, I need to get my husband to go, hey, let's upgrade our upload speed. More words I can include. some cut apart things. What about, I'm going to use the T word. What if I included a tag in here? What about the green? But this pink one would work. Where are my fussy cutting scissors? Who am I kidding? Let's just cut it on the paper trimmer. There we go. Eyeball this. And this. There we go. Because I think that would be cute underneath. Do your thing. It's like, how many different patterns can I incorporate in one layout? Sometimes it's like I'm challenging myself to do as many as possible. And can I peel that up? Yes, I can. All right. Do I want to hole punch? And I'm going to put that slightly sideways. Yes, I do want to hole punch. Which is always so easy to do after you've, put the adhesive on the back. All right, that needs to be the bigger one. How do I make the bigger one come out? Oh, all the way back there. Okay. Move that. Can you tell I don't use this thing very often? There we go. Now to pick the twine. I've got this orange that I think would work well. There we go. The jet lag is strong. I could say his big sister helped because let me tell you, his big sister has got some good fashion sense. She includes all of the styles and all of the colors. There we go. What is this now? 2 layouts in 2 weeks that I have included a tag on. Who am I and what have I done with Amy? Okay. Where was this? All right. Don't want the dog there because of the red bandana. This little guy needs to be over here. How do I want to position him? Oh, or I could stick him down there. This is really big. I'm struggling with it because of its size. I can incorporate it if I want to still use that, but I do want another like animal. Oh, and I want that up on foam as well right there because the curve of the head and the whiskers fit in really well. Next week's live will be interesting after I've had the kids for 3 days. I'm gonna wake up and go, and be drooling. There we go. Stab that back there before I stab myself with it by mistake. We will put the little camera in right here. I like Monsieur Puppy Dog right there. All right. Yep, he is gonna go get tucked underneath the do your thing, yay. Hanging off that. And then I kind of want a little cluster down here. I need something to be the base of it though. So let's see what I've got with my main character energy die cuts. Could pull out part of a sun. That might work actually quite well. No, I'm going to put the rainbow. That would be perfect. Definitely. Let's cut off my hanging chads. There we go. American Crafts does a good job of usually making sure there's nothing hanging off. All right. Here is my teeny tiny roll of 1/4 inch tape. I've got less than, looks like I'm going to have about, got 1.5 circles left. I'm hoping the lag is why everybody's so quiet and they're not just going, oh my gosh, what in the world is this woman doing? Because that's always possible to do as well. Where'd the chameleon go? Yep, I like that. And we're going to use actually some more of this. So it's just going to be the little edge there that needs it. I say that, and then I need to move it down to the bottom. Hold on one moment. Hold, please, while I tear my paper up. There we go. And yes, I do think of Florida. That's why I call them hanging chads, Karen. Think of the Florida election. Why is it always Florida that's screwing things up? Have you noticed that lately? I say lately, that was 23 years ago. Oh, okay. I'm like including the chameleon because I just want to include the chameleon, I'll be honest with you. But I'm looking at this going, you know, the chameleon feels particularly random. Like they have a dog and a cat. I can say that's why I put them on there. But the chameleon with the rainbow of the back of it works really well with the rainbow that's there. So I really like that now. Let's include how many? Oh, I've got 4 rainbows on here. I don't want to use all 4 though. Let's include some more little rainbows. My sweet little Jimmy. There we go. All right. And then what about the embellishments I pulled over here? See, more words I wanted to put in there. And I can do a little bit of journaling. I'll probably use my 12-point micron, but put a sentence down here. Or just kind of let it speak for itself. I'm good with the puffies. Where are my puffies for main character energy? Are there any? Oh, I can include some of the stars. Yes, I like that. Sorry, where's the other one? Here it is. There we go. Now we're using multiple different puffies from collections. I like that. And then let's add in enamel. So should I skip adding in the stars and or excuse me, the hearts and just do more stars? I think that is what I'm going to start with. We're going to do a star in each color. There we go. For each cluster. Let's not put it on top of the dog. It just feels weird. And that feels weird too. Pivot, pivot. And if any of you heard that in Ross's voice, you heard it correctly. Nope, I don't like it there. Let's put it right there. It's overlapping the photo a little bit too. All right. Okay, so Karen might be slightly right with what she just said about journaling. She said, is letting it speak for itself code for I am procrastinating journaling like nobody else, but this picture is so cute, so maybe I don't need to journal? Yes, that is exactly it. Stop calling me out. The chameleon is adorable, and so are a lot of people in their home. It fits. Yes, I think it fits. I think it's perfect. All right, I think I might be done. I think with the this star I don't like right there. Can I put the orange star? Let's put the orange star next to the cat. Or excuse me, the aqua star, teal star, whatever color this star is next to the cat. And then I can overlap it and fit it in there, which is what I wanted to do with the orange, but then I didn't want the orange star to overlap the orange starburst. So if I change colors, then I don't have to worry about that. All right. Excellent. So I think we're done. The only thing I need to do is put the date at the bottom. Let me check real quick on it was from yesterday. What was yesterday? The 11th. August. And I was like, did I put the date on Elizabeth's layout? And since my little stampy thing was for August 2nd, then yes, I did put it on her ear piercing layout. There we go, August 11th, 2023. And when they are this little, what I tend to do is I will also add, I'll put his name down here and add how old he is. I started doing that when Elizabeth was teeny tiny. So I'm like, I'd flip through layouts. I'm like, I don't know how old she was in this picture. And so I usually do that until they're 2. So, all right, there we go. I think I am done. So now I have mixed up main character energy with box of crayons. And I know box of crayons, a lot of people had trouble using because there was a lot of color and pattern in there. But I think taking it and kind of breaking it down and just looking at colors to begin with and kind of ignoring the pattern helps to be able to start tying things together because I think like realizing how I view this as pink, but this is magenta, but they really are pretty close to the same color really tells how my brain works, but tells how we view color in that it really is a case of what is it next to and how do we associate it with other things. So I think this works really great, and he's definitely Mr. Awesome in my book. And I know Karen had the best time giving him snuggles while she was stateside, and I cannot wait to go back and give him more snuggles myself. So, oh shush, Karen. Karen says, I thought you labeled her pictures with her name because you don't always remember who she is. That's true. Sometimes I call her Karen or Rachel or Jen. Leave me alone. All right, this one star is driving me crazy though. 'Cause I want the corner to fit right where the rainbow is. There we go. That's better. That's what I wanted. Okay, so almost as cute as Jimmy. Excuse me. Elizabeth was just as cute as Jimmy. Although, I mean, look at that face. Does okay, Mom and Karen, this question is for you because I know y'all would know. I swear he looks just like Britain in that reflection. That looks like baby Britain to me. Ah, all right. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Join me again next Saturday for Happy Scrappy Hour. I am live at 10 a.m. Eastern, which, if I remember, is 3 p.m. in England. Am I correct, Karen and Sophia? Um, and if you haven't seen my other lives using main character energy, check those out. They are up on this channel. And last week I mixed it with Sparkle City, and then the week before was just my first layout, so it was all main character energy. So, um, Karen, I'm not answering that question. So, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you guys all have a lovely day. Bye. Oh, and thanks for everybody that left a like already. Now I'm saying bye. Bye.